Hello! I'm pretty sure that we are live. And of course, there's going to be no viewers yet. So currently I feel as though I'm talking to myself. And yet I feel this need to be entertaining at the same time. So I am going to hopefully get the link to this live show. Ooh, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Links. If I click this button, oh yes, I think that is the link I need. Okay, it says we have 10 viewers, thank goodness. Let's tweet that link because I thought I'd done it wrong. And delete that weird tweet. All right. Let's see, I don't even know where it goes. Does it go to people's subscription boxes? I'm not sure. Last time I got a cool little notification on my phone, and I did again this time. I just missed it. All right, it says BookTubeAthon live. Yeah, we have 85 viewers. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 6 of the BookTubeAthon. My goodness, how is it already day 6? There's only 7 days of it. We only have 1 day to go. I can't believe it. It's gone by very quickly, in my opinion. It's just zorched by. But it's been so much fun. So I'm just watching the little viewer count go up. 106 viewers. That's great. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. So what we're going to be doing here, basically, is we're going to be having some fun. Every 10 minutes, I will issue a challenge. Something that we'll do together on Twitter, and it'll be a bucket of fun. And in between, I will do a Q&A. So let me see if I can go to the Q&A, because I'm going to need that as well. And mute myself. And let's see. Yes. All right. I'm seeing everybody say hello. Hi. How are you doing? Is BookTubeAthon 6 or 7 days? It's 7 days. It's a week-long event. However, because of the way that time zones work, it's different for everyone around the world. Like, for example, for Australia, this is the last day because they started a day earlier than us. So it's just completely dependent on your time zone, but it is like a 7-day event. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yes, this is what we're going to be doing today. Instead of a sprint, we're going to be doing some bookish challenges, and I'm really excited. So like I said, every 10 minutes I will issue a challenge, and in between I'll be answering your questions. So I would love if you would leave me questions in the comment section in that little chat that's happening under this live stream. That's where I'll be checking for questions. And then every 10 minutes I will issue a challenge. So let's start with the Q&A. Any questions that you have about the BookTubeAthon, about reading, would be great to see. I'm excited to chat with you guys and answer. Also, I just realized I'm a bit lagged. I just remembered that that's a thing that happens with live shows. So I say I need questions, and then in a minute, you'll realize that I need questions. So I'll just give a second here for that to happen. So let's see, do I have any questions yet? Yes. All right. How's your reading going, Ariel? Well, thank you for asking. Quite a few people have just asked that. Hannah Tuck, Imagine Workshop. Good question. Good question. It's going well. I feel like I don't want to spoil everything because that's the whole point of my daily updates that I've been doing on my own channel, is to share how my daily reading goes. So I'm not going to tell you how my daily reading has gone today, but I'm honestly feeling pretty happy about how the BookTubeAthon has gone so far, just because I usually don't read that much. I read like a graphic novel and another graphic novel and something really short and stuff. And this year, I've managed to actually read like a whole novel and a collection of poetry and start another book. So if I can finish another whole book, I'll be thrilled. Although I realized in my to-be-read pile that I created, I thought I was being a genius by making one book fulfill like 4 of the challenges. I picked Romeo and Juliet. And it was a book that's older than me, a book-to-movie adaptation, a book that has yellow on it, and it was going to be the book that I read after sunset. But now, because I haven't read that book, that means that maybe I will, like, I don't know. But if I don't read that, that means 4 of the challenges are incomplete. Like, I should have balanced it a bit more. But we'll see what happens. All right, questions, answering your questions. Which year of the BookTubeAthon is your favorite? Asks Lyle Veronica Ribera. This year, because there's so much cool stuff. We have authors involved. Today, Morgan Matson was our guest author. Can you believe it? That is so freaking cool. I love Morgan Matson. So that's really neat. And I love the Instagram this year. Like, absolutely one of my favorite things is the Instagram this year because it's so cool. It's so pretty, and everyone makes such gorgeous photos. And also we have so many cool giveaways this year. Like, I love giving stuff away during the BookTubeAthon. It's so much fun to just be like, win prizes. And this year we have so many cool things. So definitely this year, I think it's going really well. Going through your questions. Will there be a Christmas BookTubeAthon? Yes. It's a yearly thing. It's a lot shorter. It's only 4 days. There aren't video challenges in the same way. It's a lot more low-key just because during Christmas holidays, it's not the same as summer. Whereas in summer, you can kind of afford to take a whole week off. Whereas for a lot of people, Christmas holidays are only 1 week. So, or is it even 3 days? It might only be 3 days. I forget. But it's a lot shorter, but it is also really fun. Let's see, what else? What are your questions? Scrolling through the questions. Will there be more BookTubeAthon in the beginning of the year? No. So this event is awesome because I put so much work into it. Like, it's awesome because I have lots of time to plan. I have lots of time to do that. If I was trying to do 3 BookTubeathons a year, 4, I wouldn't have the time to plan each one to make it as awesome. I wouldn't get all the sponsors, the authors, the booktubers wouldn't have all of the time to come together for this 1 week. So it can only happen once a year. And thankfully, there are loads of other readathons that you can be a part of, like the Cramathon, and right now there's another one that just started, 24 and 48, and Bibliothon, and there's loads of readathons. So there's lots to tide you over. And let me see, questions. Gregory White asks, how many books would a woodchuck chuck? How many books would a woodchuck read if a woodchuck could read books? I think that he would read lots, and after reading a few books, the woodchuck, of course, would then realize what a great world books are. He'd be like, oh man, I love this, and he'd learn about publishing, and then he would start a publishing house because he's a woodchuck, so he can. Are woodchucks like beavers? In my head, they're like beavers, and they cut down trees. So he would cut down trees, and those would become paper, and he would maybe become an author for himself, but also just mainly he would supply paper and books and goods to the other animals of the wilderness so that they can write. And he'd start his own little press, you know? So really, I think woodchucks should read more because it could start a whole thing. Let's get another question. What big thing would you like for next year's BookTubeathon? I have a few ideas for what would be really fun to do, but I can't say them because if they don't happen, I'm scared people will get really let down. And like, if I say, oh, I really want to do this, and then people are going to say, this is going to happen next year, and then it won't happen, and they'll be like upset with me. So I'm not sure yet. What I think what we did this year on the Instagram is great. So I want to do the same thing again next year. I want to get like cool bookstagrammers involved, author involvement. I think a big thing I'd like to do next year is to get more sponsors involved so that we can have even more giveaways and even like a bigger range of things to give away. That would be really cool because I think that's been really fun. And also reaching out to more authors and seeing who can get involved that way. And I think I have time for one more question before I issue you your first challenge. Oh, Tess Lyden, I love this question. Is your family participating this year again? And yes, they are. So my family is so supportive of me during the BookTubeAthon because I basically don't sleep during the BookTubeAthon. As I mentioned last time, I have to wake up every 2 hours basically to make sure that everything, and I don't go to bed till like 2. So I don't really sleep. I'm completely absorbed in making sure everything's running smoothly for the whole day. So they're really supportive, and they like help me by making me lunch and stuff like that, which is so nice. But they also participate in it, which is great. So my brother read The Killing Joke, which is a comic book, graphic novel type thing about Batman and the Joker, and which is like a really famous, important comic. And then my dad read, oh God, what's it called? I bought it for him for Father's Day. It's the new book that's about, it's about Nike. Oh, this is gonna bother me. I feel like it's, what's it called? It's about Nike. It's about the guy who created Nike and about like how he started his business and everything. And my mom is reading a book about dogs. I don't remember what it's called. It's just some random book she found about like learning about dogs, so she's reading that. So yes, everybody is reading. But now it is time for your first challenge. Dun, 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 dun. This time they're on my phone. Let's get to the notes app. Time to do some challenges. I would like you to send me a photo of your favorite reading spot. All right, I'm gonna tweet out about this, and then you gotta reply to my tweet with a photo of your favorite reading place. Live, oops, I spelled live wrong. I can't spell it right. Oh, come on. Live show challenge. Send me a photo of your favorite reading spot, exclamation point, hashtag BookTubeAthon. Oh, tweet. And it's out. All right, I cannot wait to see what you guys send me. In the meanwhile, I'll show you my favorite reading spot. There it is, right there. You can even see that it's crumpled because I was reading there earlier. Yes, I like to read in bed. My room, I love my room. It's very nice, but there's no room for like a comfortable chair or some kind of couch or something in here. So I have this desk chair, which is nice, but this isn't like really comfortable for reading. It's like for writing or typing or something. So really my bed, I think like a lot of people, doubles as my comfortable sitting spot. I sometimes read in the living room, which is nice because we have like couches there. But not often because the TV is like always on in my house, which I love because there's always something like nice playing on TV and it's great for ambiance. But it means that it's always like loud there, so I can't really pay attention there. I'm not a huge fan of reading outdoors. I wish I was. I really wish I was because I feel like it would be such a nice way to like spend time outdoors. But there's always something annoying. It's like too bright, or it's too cold, or it's too hot. Like right now it's so hot and humid, or it's too windy. So it's like really annoying because the pages keep blowing around, or there's too many bugs, or I always find something that's annoying enough that it's kind of taking away from my reading. So I always just end up reading right here. And the only bad thing about that is that if the book is even just a little bit slow, or if I'm tired, I tend to kind of like fall asleep because I'm in my bed, and so that happens a lot. But now let's look at what you guys have sent in. Shannon Smith sent me a photo. You guys can scroll through this by seeing the replies to the tweet of a beautiful outdoor reading spot with a giant tree. This is a very picturesque reading spot. That looks ideal. You see, that's the kind of reading outdoors I would like to do. But she wrote, when it's not hot. And exactly. It's just basic, so I read on my bed, says Rodham. Me too, Rodham. Me too. There's a chair with a teddy bear. See, that's nice. Oh my god. Okay, you guys should all scroll through and find Rhiannon's photo because she has a giant duvet of a pug face, and it's kind of terrifying and also adorable. Favorite reading spot featuring the dog. Amazing. On the couch, says Danny Bren. I'm trying to see if we've got any like crazy reading spots. Oh, we got a cool little reading nook. Let's see. Ooh, that's a beautiful couch with some beautiful shelves from Alicia at the Shishi. There's a cat. There's most of us read on our beds is what I'm seeing right now. Whoa, Cheryl has a library. All right, well that's intense. She has her own little library room with a beautiful, very comfortable looking couch. All right, I think the consensus is that we all like to read on our beds. Not alone here. All right, I'm gonna answer some more questions. Some more questions. Let's see. Oh, the Clockwork Books asked, can anyone else not see her tweet? It's not from my account, it's from the BookTubeAthon Twitter. This is all happening on BookTubeAthon Twitter. Let's see. What is your favorite book of all time? Asks Minal P. Animal Farm by George Orwell. I love the book. It's super short. It's like, I've read a version that was 95 pages. I know, like, I think I have a different version that's 90 pages. It's a very, very short book, but it is this book that every time I read it, I pull so much from it. Like, I'm just like, that's interesting and that's fascinating. And throughout my life, whenever something will happen, I'll always be like, that's just like an animal farm. So that's, it's also the book that made me decide to study literature. Because when I was in high school, in grade 9 and 10, I didn't actually like English class at all. Like, I've always loved reading since I was a little kid, but I didn't like English class. It was boring, it wasn't interesting, it was slow, we didn't read cool books. I just found it kind of like boring and not that much fun. But then in grade 11, I read Animal Farm, and it just blew my mind because the teacher was able to show me how many super fascinating things there were in that book. So I really liked that one. Mayra asks what my giraffe is called. Giraffe over here. This is Petunia. Petunia is a great friend of mine. She has recently become my hat rack, which I think is hilarious. She looks so cute wearing a hat. But yes, that's Petunia. I love Petunia. She's very important to me. Let's see. Questions. Who is your favorite Game of Thrones character? Movies. B. Yelly asked this in all caps, so I feel like they really care about who my favorite Game of Thrones character is. So I have not read the books. I've not read any of the books. I've not started the books. I know nothing about the books. So this is not my bookish opinion. This is just an opinion from a person who really likes the show. And I can't really answer with just one favorite character. There are so many characters in Game of Thrones, and they're all really interesting, but some of my favorites are Tyrion. I love how clever he is. I love how smart he is. I love Jon Snow just because he seems so loyal. He's like a trusty, like, pet dog, you know? Like, he's loyal and, like, strong when he needs to be. Who else do I love? In the new season, Sansa's been interesting. I've always really liked Arya, but her kind of plot has really kind of gotten confusing lately, so I'm excited to see what happens with that next season. Not confusing, just kind of like she's not been a really big a part of all of the other stuff that's going on. And yeah, I think those are some of my favorites. You see, I'm going to forget someone. Oh, Brienne. I love Brienne of Tarth. Damn it, I love Brienne of Tarth. She's so cool. All right, more. Do we have any more questions? We only have 1 minute in. Slip in another question, somebody. Ask me a question. There's only 1 minute left before I issue our next challenge. Did studying English at degree level ever take the fun out of reading? No, I don't think so. As a person who loves reading, but also loves analyzing why books are interesting, I never found that it took the fun out of reading. Definitely, I had to read books that I found were boring and books that I wasn't that interested in. but that never took the love of reading away from me. That was just one boring book. I think it added so much to my reading because I like love analyzing. I love seeing like this symbol means this. I love that kind of stuff. It's so fascinating, and I enjoyed writing essays about stuff like that. So no, I think it added. But it is now time for our next challenge. All right, let's go over here. What did I write down is going to be our next challenge? Loading. Ooh, I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll on paperbacks versus hardbacks. I'm interested to see what you guys say. So, live show challenge. Dun, dun, dun. Paperbacks or hardbacks? Question mark. And switch to the BookTubeAthon account because I almost tweeted that from my own account. And okay, hardbacks, that will be option number 1. Paperbacks will be option number 2. I'm so excited to see what you guys vote for. And tweet. All right, that is out into the world now. If you want, it would be great if you would reply to that with your reasonings on which one you vote for. I want to see why people vote. So I will now tell you what I vote. I vote paperback. All right. So I recently found out, I don't even remember where I heard it, but in Canada, apparently, people are way more likely to buy a paperback than they are a hardback. And I really want to look more into this because I'm very confused as to why that may be. But personally, I prefer paperbacks so much more. Number 1, they are cheaper. And that totally matters, you know? Like, if I see a book and it's a paperback, then I'm so much happier to pay for that than I am a hardcover. That's going to be like $25 as opposed to $10. Secondly, paperbacks are so much more comfortable to read, in my opinion. They're floppier, that you can kind of bend them more, just kind of mold them even just a little bit more. Whereas a hardback, it's just like, you gotta hold it like this the whole time, and the pages are more likely to flip on you, and I just find them way more uncomfortable. And then thirdly, I hate dust jackets. I really don't like dust jackets. I just find them a nuisance. I just find them annoying. They never, I never know where to put them. When I'm reading, I can't read with the dust jacket because then it's slipping everywhere. So I take it off, and then I don't know where to put it, where it's not going to get crushed or destroyed. So yes, I vote paperbacks. But let's see what you guys are voting. Ooh, so far, 53% paperback, 47% hardback. What are you guys saying? Emily of the Book Realm says both. That's cheating, Emily. No, it's not. It's fine. Actually, I totally understand that because I have some books that I love having in hardcover and some that I would only like to have in paperback. Although looking at my shelves, it really seems I have a lot more paperbacks than hardcovers now that it comes to it. Interesting. All right. Jesse says paperback because they feel so friendly and nice in my hands. Agreed. They do. They just feel like they're being kind to you. Bridget says I prefer hardbacks because they're so pretty. This is a big argument, but I do like reading paperbacks because they're easier to read. This is the oh, I just dropped my phone. Biggest thing about hardbacks, I think, that people are attached to how beautiful they are. And it's true that they look fancier on a shelf. They look nicer on a shelf most of the time. Plus, paperbacks are more prone to destruction, I think. You can break the spine on them. You can't break a spine on a hardcover, so it will always look nice. It's way easier to fold the cover on a paperback, accidentally crunch the cover, and then that's ruined forever. Whereas with a hardcover, it's a lot harder to do that. So I get that. Let's see. Paige says, I love floppy paperbacks. I agree. I think I did show these off in a recent haul. This is a perfect example of this. This got bent. I didn't do this. It came to me in the mail, bent and kind of destroyed. I tried to flatten it, but it's never gonna, because this is the thing with paperbacks. They get crunched up. But these books are so freaking floppy. They just want to bend in look at that. Look at how comfortable that is. If for some reason this was the angle you wanted to read at, that's great. Whereas with a hardcover, uh-oh, I dropped a bookmark. That's not gonna fly. Let's see. Ray Sterling, less expensive and less heavy and easier to hold. Heavy is another thing. This is so much more portable than a hardback. Let's see. People are saying a lot of the same things. I think that we're all on the same page here. Hardcovers because they're pretty, and I love the surprise I get when I take off the dust jacket. That is an interesting one because it was bothering me that this fell. Because it's so cool. Like, some hardbacks are beautiful underneath. So I get that you kind of get two covers in a way. Dang. All right. Well, that's 5 minutes of talking about the hardcover versus softcover discussion. So I'm going to head over here and see if you guys have any more questions in the chat. Do you have any questions for me? I'll stop singing now. Let's see. Looking for your questions. Scrolling through. Favorite LGBTIA plus book? Should there be a Q in there? LGBTQIA plus? I have no clue. Let's see. My favorite is probably Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by A.S. King, by Benjamin Alire Sons, and Ask the Passenger by A.S. King. So these are probably my two favorites. This one is really cool because it's about two boys that live in America who are Mexican but are American. Like, they have Mexican ancestry but they are American. So while this is dealing with kind of LGBTQ plus issues, it's also dealing with a lot of stuff about being Mexican in America, and I thought that was really, really cool. And this book was just beautiful. I read this in a night because it was so good. And then this one is stunning, Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got loads of little marks in it because I loved it so much. And there was, like, constantly I was finding really great things. This is really cool because it's about a girl who thinks that she's a lesbian. But she's not sure yet. And the whole book is just about her feeling like she doesn't need to make that statement. She doesn't need to say whatever she is. She can just be herself. And it talks about the pressure from both sides. The pressure from her family to be like, are you gay? Just tell us that you're straight. Just tell us that you're straight. And then pressure from the girl that she's seeing that's saying, just tell me that you're queer. Just tell me that you're queer. And so it kind of equates it. And it's like, labels are not the best for everyone. So yes, these are two really, I recommend these. Very good books. And actually, very excitingly, it was announced like this year, I think, that there's a sequel to this coming out. Oh, am I excited. I have like 7 books on my to read pile on Goodreads, and that is on there because I can't wait to read that. Oh, Imagine Reader asks, do I have any pets? This doesn't have to do with books, but I'll just answer. Yes, I have 3 pets. I have 2 dogs, Eddie and Doug. Eddie is big, Doug is little. And then I have a cat lady named Max. I say that just because Max is typically associated as a male name. But when we got Max, we didn't know if she was a boy or a girl, so my dad just named her Max. And then eventually we found out that she was a girl, but we were also used to the name Max. We were like, well, yeah, that's a great name. That's her name. We'll just stick with that. But she is a lady. So 2 boy dogs and a lady cat. Are you excited to move to London? This is, again, not to do with books, but I mean, it's a cool question. Yes, I am moving to London, England, very soon in August. I can't. I'm a little shocked that it's coming so quickly. I'm actually going to be living in both places. So I'm going to be spending some time in London and then coming back home for a while and then kind of flipping back and forth. But I'm very excited to go to London. I'm excited to make bookish videos in London because where I currently live, I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, I just live out in a little tiny town in the middle of farm country. Like, I really live in the middle of nowhere. And there isn't that much stuff in my environment that can fuel my videos. Whereas in London, there's like so many bookshops, so many literary sites, so many just bookish things in general. So I'm excited also for like what it'll do to my YouTube channel. There's going to be so much cool stuff to share. All right, I think I have one more. Will your books be going to England? That will be the question. No, this is crisis. Like I said, I'm going to be living in both places. So it would make absolutely no sense for me to take all my books over there and then no. So I'm leaving them here. It's a crisis, let me tell you. Like, literally, this is one of the things I'm most nervous about, and I'm like, what if I need them? Because I need them. So all of these gorgeous books are staying here, and I just don't know. Like, I'll be taking a few of them, but not that many, because I also plan on buying books while I'm over there, and I'll read those. I don't know, guys. I have no clue what to do. This is a huge crisis in my life. But thankfully, it's time for our next challenge. All right, what's my next challenge? A book you think the whole world should read. I'm excited to see what your guys' answers are. And I want a little bit of, oh God, what have I clicked on Twitter? A little bit of an of a reason. Obviously it's Twitter, so we only have 140 characters and even less because you're gonna be sending me a photo. But it'd be great to see why you picked that book. Live show challenge. Send me a photo of a book you think everyone should read. Exclamation point. A tweet. All right, that is out in the world. I cannot wait to see what you guys think. Oh wait, we should check the poll for a final time to see how that ended up going. Hardbacks, 44%. Paperbacks, 56%. Yeah, I agree, everybody. I really agree. Let's see. What book do I think everyone in the whole world should read? That's a really big question. So, of course, I'm going to say Animal Farm because I love Animal Farm, but I've gone on about that enough. Another one I think everyone should read is Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. Let me grab it because I do love my visual aids. I love to show off books. I love to hold them up. This is a book that I think all teens should read. You know what? Adults too. Everyone should read this book. Basically, because it's about bullying and about kind of the mental health effects of bullying. And I think mental health, although, you know, I'm only 21. I absolutely acknowledge that I'm very young to this world, but I even remember when I was in grade school that we would use horrible words for mental health, and not because we were bad people or bad kids or anything, just because the world wasn't as enlightened about mental health yet. And we've come so far, even since I was a kid, but I still think we have a long way to go before mental health is really embraced as just a normal part of life. So I think books like Everybody Sees the Ants, which are about bullying and the kind of stuff that can happen to a kid's brain when he's being bullied, would really help. I also think, what else should everyone read? Such a tough question. I always say Animal Farm just because it's a book that makes you care about politics, and I think the idea that politics are boring or are lame or something, that they're just not cool, that whole idea I think is really dangerous and not cool. So Animal Farm makes politics interesting and exciting and fun. So, But now it's time to see your answers. What books do you think that everyone in the whole world, maybe not the whole world, should read? Let's see. Harry Potter. Mens Rea says, a series that undeniably has and will change young people's lives for the better. I really agree with that. I think that Harry Potter shows really great values, morals. It shows strength. It shows the importance of love. So on that side, I agree. And then I also just think it's fun. I think Harry Potter can really show kids and the world that reading is just a nice thing to do. It's just a really lovely, fun thing to do. Another person saying Harry Potter. Someone picks Peter Pan because not wanting to grow up is so relatable, but in the end, it's inevitable and can be exciting. I agree with that. Peter Pan's a great book. Someone picks the book Sold, which looks like that. Sold because you will learn how easy it is for girls to be discarded and sold off in different cultures. Interesting. Definitely interesting to learn about different cultures, different worlds. The Fault in Our Stars, says Rhiannon, because it's such a great book and I've never met anyone who doesn't think that. That's interesting. I met one person once that didn't like The Fault in Our Stars and I was very confused. Let's see. Like, she, like, didn't like it. You know, like, I'm sure there are loads of people out there who are like, it was okay, you know, 3 to 5 stars. But I've only ever met one person who actively disliked it. Leia picks The Book Thief because it's beautiful, because World War II, because friendship, because it's so unique. I haven't read The Book Thief, and I don't want to. And now another person says The Book Thief. I really gotta get on it, don't I? It just looks like it's gonna be so sad. I saw the film, though. The film was great. Everyone's gonna hate me now because I saw the film and didn't read the book. Don't hate me, don't hate me. The Giver Quartet really shows how interconnected humans become without knowing it. Also super short, says Hannah. You have nice editions of that book. Let's see. I'm trying to see what other books people think we should all read. Ready Player One on audiobook. It's such a fun, cool, nostalgic experience. I really like Ready Player One. I haven't listened to the audiobook, but I've heard great things. I think audiobooks are kind of... I think a lot more people are listening to them than I've ever known, but I still think that they're like an underdog, you know? Like a lot of people... I still run into people who think that listening to an audiobook doesn't count as reading the book, which confuses me. Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin, a YA book that really made me think differently about the afterlife. That's a crazy book. It looks like this. I have it right there. Can you see it? It's right there. Right there. Yeah, that's a crazy book. One of my favorite books of all time is by that author, and it's called Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac, about a girl who loses her memory, and I love that book so much. So good. And then I was like, I need to read everything else by this author, so I picked up Elsewhere, and I started reading it, and it's about this girl who, right at the beginning of the book, she goes to the afterlife, and I was just like, what is going on? It was really cool. My phone is upside down now. All right, we've got a lot of cool books here. The Hunger Games, that's cool. It shows the reality of war and PTSD. Fahrenheit 451, so many cool books. But let me quickly come see if anybody has some questions you want answered. Let's see. Oh my god, everyone's reaction to you not reading the book. Oh no, did people get mad at me? Uh-oh. Everyone's saying that I need to read the book. Uh-oh, everyone's yelling at me. I'm sorry. I will read it. I'll read The Book Thief one day. Maybe I won't. Ah! Ooh, Sophie from Books and Things. Hello, Sophie asks, what are your fave and least fave adaptions? Well, I am not a huge fan of the Hunger Games films. I liked the first one, I liked the second one, but I didn't like the third one, and I just didn't even watch the fourth one. Was there a fourth one? Yeah, there was a fourth one. I'm not like the Divergent movies very much. I just feel like I really liked the book Divergent. It was so exciting and interesting, but I didn't feel that same excitement with the movies. What other adaptation? Obviously, Harry Potter is the best adaptation of anything ever. I'm trying to look at my shelves and remember other adaptations. You know what adaptation I'm really looking forward to? The series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. That's going to be really cool. It's coming to Netflix. It stars Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf. I think that's going to be really cool. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to. What else has been adapted? I'm looking at my shelves and Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice has quite a few different adaptations. My favorite one is the 2005 one with Keira Knightley. I just moved my tripod stand and it made a very loud noise. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, so I love that. What else? The Fault in Our Stars. That was good. That's all I can think of. What time is it? It's 39. I have time for one more question. What do you have Do you prefer UK or US editions? A lot of the time, I like, no, I'll say, okay, I usually like the US covers. Sometimes I do like the UK covers more, but I don't like how UK books feel. Your books in the UK are way stiffer. Like, they're not as floppy, and that makes my heart sad. But it is, I believe, 5:40, another visual aid that isn't aiding. And it's time for our next video challenge. I mean, live show challenge. It is time for you to send me, oh, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. Some of your favorite covers. Covers that you love. And I'm going to show off some of my favorite covers. I probably should have built a stack beforehand. Live show challenge. Send me some of your favorite covers. Exclamation point. I forgot the O and of. Tweet. All right, I'm excited to see what you guys pick. While you're sending in, let me show you some of mine. And I'm just going to pick you up and take you to my shelf. We're going mobile. Okay, this one is a new book that I just got, and I love it because I love this font. This is another one I just got, and I think is absolutely gorgeous. It's so pretty. Another one I really like that is usually down here, all my shelves are so destroyed because of the BookTubeAthon, is this book, Lost in Translation. I got a little text. Let me mute that so we don't get that again. Lost in Translation. Look at this cover. It's so pretty. What else? What else do I have? What other covers do I love? Can we just appreciate the Morgan Matson covers? I feel like the Morgan Matson covers are exactly what YA contemporary should look like. All of my books are a giant disastrous mess. I really love this cover. Ooh, I love that like cloudy, colorful vibe. This is a cool cover of I by Isaac Asimov. What else? Ooh, I like this one because it's so hipster. This cover is so like the font, the colors, the girl on the front. Yeah, I think those are some of my favorite covers. I'm sure I have many, many more. But now it's time. Oh, wait, I have another one right here, right beside me. This cover. I really think this is cool. I don't know if you can tell in the light, but certain parts of this are shiny and just creates a shattered effect that's beautiful. But let me look at what you guys love. I cannot wait. I am very thirsty, so I'm going to take a drink of water. All right. I always feel bad taking a drink of water during a live show because it must be the most boring thing to watch. Just watching this girl drinking some water. All right, let's see. I'm going to try and show these to you. They're not going to show up very well because my phone does a thing on my laptop camera. I don't understand. But this book, 1,000 Pieces of You, I almost bought just because of this cover. You can't really see it. It's a city and it's cool. It's so cool. Let me keep scrolling. Some of her faves. I really like this one. Have you guys seen this? The Nest. I don't even know what it's about, but it looks beautiful. Let's keep scrolling. Another person says 1,000 Pieces of You. That cover is gorgeous. Whoever designed that's a genius. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, everything. I agree. It's a nice cover. That is nice. I like this. I feel like I'm just scrolling through art. Oh, some of her favorites include Fangirl. Fangirl's great. I think it goes so well with the book, having such like a little isolated image. This is a really cool cover. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. That's a pretty book. I can agree. I must agree. Ha! Look, this person sent us 1,000 Pieces of You and the sequel. It really seems that BookTube loves these covers. And they're beautiful. Who am I to disagree? Let's see. Keep scrolling. Looking for some favorite covers. And I think I need to refresh the page. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. My favorite book, says Karsten. Bird. Look at, that's really cool. That is a really cool illustration. That reminds me of the house in Up for some reason. A film I never finished. Now everyone's getting at me. I shouldn't have said that I hadn't finished that. Oh, this person says Aristotle and Dante. I totally agree. Look at how beautiful that is. It's so gorgeous. I hate all of these stickers on it because it kind of like takes away from this cool border. But it's also like, I mean, I get it. If I had that many prizes, like if my book had won that many awards, I may put those stickers on there as well. But like, this is a beautiful cover. I love that cover. All right, let's see. A few more. This new book. Has anybody read this? My Lady Jane. I've been hearing a lot of hype about it lately. It is very nice. Ooh, and scrolling. Gosh, there's just so many. You guys should flip through these as well. Lady Midnight. That's nice. Very aquatic. All right, I'm going to take some more of your questions. Take some more questions. What do you have? What do you have? What are your questions? What are your questions? Have you seen the UK covers of the Ugly series? Yes, they're very intense. I like the US covers more because I think they go better with the actual story. What is a cover that matches your aesthetic? Probably the hipster one I showed you. Just because it's like black and white and one nice color. That one was pink. Let's see. This person sent me a very nice message, so let's read that out. Oksana writes, "Hey Ariel, I just wanted to thank you for organizing the BookTubeAthon every year. I think you don't get thanked enough for that. It is so much fun every time." Oksana, I would really like to thank you very much for that very kind message. It really does warm my heart to hear that everyone's having fun. Have you been watching a lot of people's vlogs for the BookTubeAthon? Asks, I didn't see your name, Books for Tea. Yes. No, not a lot. I've only been really watching two people. Chantel from Bookhands, who did the video challenge on day 3. She's been making really great uploads. Her first one with the dominoes challenge was hilarious because she had her dad lay down on the ground like a murder victim sort of, and then she put all of her books around him, and it was really funny. And then the other person is Ray Sterling, who did a Twitter Sprint session. She's been making videos for a while, but she only just recently came to BookTube, and she's been doing such great video challenges. They're really funny and clever and good. So those are the two people whose videos I've been watching every day. Every day before I go to bed, I watch their video challenges, and it makes me really happy. Let's see. Looking for your questions. Have you read The Great Gatsby? I just read it for the BookTubeathon and really liked it. Shelby P. Yes, I did. I have. I read it like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, and I really loved it. I literally, I'm not kidding you, like 3 hours ago, I was thinking about The Great Gatsby, and I was like, I want to read that again. So I might reread that soon because it is very good. Kenzie Megan asks, do you like? I'm obsessed. I write all the time on Wattpad. I think that's awesome. Writing is so much fun. I do write. I write poems and I write stories and I write lots of stuff. I write loads of different. I write emoji poetry. That's a thing that I do. Yeah, I do write stuff. And I'm making a video for next week with a really cool project that has some of my writing in it. So, cool stuff to come. I've always wanted to write more, but through university, I was writing a lot of essays. So all of my writing energy just went into essays. Now that I'm done university, I'm very excited to be writing more. And I've never even written poems before. That's like a brand new thing, but I've been writing like lots of poems since I finished university. I guess I'm just full of feelings. Let's see. What's your favorite book genre? Contemporary. I like books that take place in real life with characters that I can imagine actually existing. That doesn't mean it's my like only type of book that I like. I love Harry Potter. I love lots of like I really like The Hunger Games. Like I've liked lots of dystopians. Uglies is one of my favorite book series ever. And I'm currently reading The Knife of Never Letting Go and really enjoying it. So I do like lots of books from loads of different genres, but the genre I pick up the most is YA contemporary. But it is time for our next challenge, our final challenge, in fact. And that is, I'm excited for this one as well, you know. Live show challenge number 5 is to send me a photo of a book you're really excited to read. And what I was kind of hoping for was books that you've had on your TBR for maybe a while, or you just finally realized you really want to read it, or a book you just bought or just borrowed from the library and you're so pumped to read it. So yes, live show challenge. Send me a photo of a book you really are looking forward to reading soon. Tweet. Did it tweet? It tweeted. All right, and I'll show you some of the ones I'm really excited for. The one that comes to mind, you know what, my books are everywhere, so I'll just talk to you about it. Basically all of my books are on the floor. The book that I keep thinking about is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and that's because I love Rainbow Rowell. I've read all of her books except for Carry On, and the reason I'm dragging my feet on it is because it's fantasy, and all of her other books have been YA contemporary, which, as you know, well, not YA contemporary, just contemporary. Eleanor and Park and Fangirl were both YA contemporary. Attachments and Landline were both like adult contemporary, and I loved it. I think she does that genre so well. And then this book comes out, and it's fantasy, and I'm just, well, it's not fully fantasy, but it's fantasy, and I'm just like, no! So I really want to read it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just need to bite the bullet and read it, but I'm hoping to do that very soon. Another book that I'm excited to read soon is, just looking at all my books, and suddenly I'm really excited to read all of them. Milk and Honey by Ruby Kaur. I've read a lot of the poems in that book, but I haven't like read the whole thing, so I'm really looking forward to reading all of it. What else? Oh, I'm really excited to finish this. I cannot wait to finish this book because I was really liking it, but then I went to VidCon, and then my life got hectic with the BookTubeAthon, so I haven't had a chance to finish it, but this is something I want to finish really soon because it's really exciting. And, oh, and this is the other one I wanted to show you. It is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. It's about a little space team, and they're flying to another planet to get a job done, and something crazy happens, but I don't know what that is. So yeah, those are some of the books I'm looking forward to, but let's see what you're looking forward to. We have the Cassandra Clare books, The Infernal Devices, says Ashton Smith. Well, if BookTube has anything to say about it, you're gonna love those books. Oh my god, you're so right! Okay, Jess from Once Upon a Biblio points out what I should have said hours ago. The Cursed Child by Harry Potter. Let's talk about this for a second. I mentioned it in the last live show just a few days ago, but now we're moving crazy close to it. What day is it today? It is the 23rd. That means we only have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 8 days. So basically a week until this book is released. And I don't know. I feel weird about it. I feel like it's weird to read a screenplay. And it's obviously not weird to read a screenplay. There's loads of plays. Shakespeare's are all plays and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it feels weird in the Harry Potter world, where all I'm used to are the novels and then some of the extra little books that she wrote. But a screenplay feels like such a bizarre thing to read with Harry Potter. So while I'm sure I'm gonna like it, I'm just hesitant a little bit. I'm kind of like, is it gonna be weird? Like, is it gonna be too weird? I don't know. But yeah, I'm very lucky, and I have tickets to go see the show in London in December. And so I feel weird reading it before I see it, but there's no way I can wait 6 months. That's just crazy. Ooh, what's your name? My thing froze. Chelsea is excited to read The Raven Boys. Lots of people love that series and book. I read The Raven Boys. I really, really liked it. And then for some reason I didn't pick up the next book, and now it's been years, so I feel like I have to reread it before I go on to the next thing. We have someone else saying Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. We have The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I've never read anything by Victoria Schwab. I need to get on that boat. Saga, says Allison. Angela says Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, BookTubeAthon, they tweeted at me, and I'm the BookTubeathon. Hannah says On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher. This just came out, and I'm very intrigued by it. I didn't know that this is another book that takes place after death, just like that other book that's right there, the Elsewhere, that takes place in the afterlife. This is also takes place in the afterlife. I think it's really cool. There's like lots of YouTubers coming out with really nice, interesting, cool books now. And this is one of the first fiction books, you know, because like a lot of YouTubers released memoirs and nonfiction stuff. This is one of the first, not the first, but one of the first fiction books. And so I'm really excited to see how this goes. People seem to be really liking it so far. Oh, Ashley says she's excited to read Wanderlust by Jen Malone, which you can't really see there. I'm also really excited to read that book because I love books that take place in Europe. Especially that whole idea of like a North American student going to Europe and learning lots. I like that whole thing. And what else? Scrolling. We're a lot of excitement. Everyone's excited. But we only have a few minutes left of the live show, so I'm going to take your burning questions. Leave me a question. What do you want to know about the BookTubeathon? This is your last chance to get in some questions, because there will not be a live show tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of the BookTubeathon. So do you have any questions for me about the BookTubeathon, about reading? This is your last opportunity. Sneak the question in. Kenzie wrote me another lovely message, so I'm going to read out that. Thank you, Ariel, for hosting another live show. Yay! I love reading, and I missed the last live show. This is my first year in the BookTube community, so I'm still a newbie. I think it's so nice hearing about all of these people who like start making YouTube videos during the BookTubeathon or start taking Instagram book photos for the BookTubeathon. That just touches my heart so freaking much. Punk Rock Girl PA says, what time will the awards show be? I don't know yet. It will be posted on July 25th, my time, EST, but I'm not sure when, because I need to go through all of the video submissions and pick all of the winners for my days. So that's Monday and Sunday. Tomorrow is another video challenge from me. So I need to go through and like pick the winners. And so it just depends on how fast I can pick the winners, film the video, and edit it. It is not a live show, though. It's just called the awards show. It's just a video that will go up. Let's see. Scrolling through your questions. Scrolling. Favorite Instagram challenge so far? I don't know. I've loved all of them so much. I really loved the quotes one because it was so cool. Like I was scrolling through and just reading so much inspiring stuff. I loved the first one, which was to take a picture of your book in a landscape that matches the story. That was beautiful because it was so cool just getting to see all of these inventive ways of putting the book in a matching setting, and it was this cool thing because it kind of blurred the line between the story and real life. It kind of made them the same thing. And yeah, I'm loving all of the challenges. That's a really great part of the BookTubeathon, I think. I think I'm not seeing. Do you like audiobooks? Yeah, I really like audiobooks. Audiobooks are really fun. And when will you finally clean up the books off of your floor? That will be determined in my video updates on my channel. If you want to know about the tidying, you're gonna have to go over there. And what is the thing that has changed the most from your initial vision of the BookTubeAthon asks Tess? Well, in the first year, I just did it because I thought it'd be fun for me and my friends. Like, I thought maybe a few people would want to take part, maybe a few dozen people would want to participate. And the idea that the YouTube channel has 26,000 subscribers and the Instagram has passed 10,000 followers and everything, the idea that it's so big is crazy to me. So that's definitely the biggest change, just how freaking huge it is now. What else? What else? Well, that's pretty much the last. How do you pick the Instagram winners? I just scroll through and pick a beautiful photo, something that I think was creative, something that I can see people put work into or had a really cool idea. It doesn't have to be like on a really great camera. Some of the ones I've picked, like, you could tell it was like taken on a phone, but that doesn't matter because the idea was really cool. Or some of the photos are just really beautifully created. It just is completely, it's not, there's no criteria, you know, there's no way for me to make a list of things for people to do. It's mainly random by me just scrolling through and finding something that I think was creative, and yeah, just creativity. I like celebrating creativity during this time. That is the last BookTubeAthon question that I read. So I'm gonna end the live show here. Before I go, I'd like to remind you all that there's only 3 days left to take advantage of the Book Depository affiliate link thing, the discount page. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's a really cool thing because you basically get 10% off all of these cool books during the BookTubeAthon. It's just like a cool thing that I do every year. So if you want to do that, you only have a few days left, so you should do it. You should take advantage and do it because you get really cool books. Celebrate give yourself a prize for the BookTubeAthon by buying some books, and it supports the BookTubeAthon because I get a small commission when you buy a book, and that really helps with all of the time and effort that I put into the BookTubeAthon. So if you've been thinking about that, I really recommend that you check it out. There's links to it down in the description and in all of the videos and on the Twitter and stuff, so definitely check it out. Code is BTAT in caps 2016, BTAT 2016. And now I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for joining me for this live show. I hope that you guys had fun. I had loads of fun. I am going to tweet right now, when I finish this live show, I'm going to tweet out another giveaway. So yes, make sure to stay tuned on the Twitter because I will be posting a giveaway right now for your chance to win a beautiful, I just remembered what the prize was. I was like, oh, let's pick it. A beautiful print, a poster, a print thing from Lithographs, and they're really cool. So you're gonna want to participate in that challenge. Open internationally, of course, like everything. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me for this live show, and if you were with the last one, thank you so much for taking part in the BookTubeAthon. I really hope that you've had a fun week, and we still have some time to go, so I still hope you're having fun, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!